In the world of business, the Controller of Budget, Margaret Nyakango, is calling on the National Assembly to play an active role in deterring public debt accumulation in the country. Nyakango called for the fast tracking of the review of the Controller of Budget Act 2016 to facilitate prudent expenditure of public resources. Kenya's public debt breached a debt ceiling of 10 trillion shillings by a record 1.56 trillion shillings in the financial year ended June 30th.
Kenya's debt level has reached a record high despite government's vow to tame the country's borrowing appetite.
Mwaka ujao tutapunguza, mwaka huo mwingine tutapunguza, mpaka tutafika mahali ambapo budget yetu itakuwa inaendeshwa kwa pesa ya ushuru wa Kenya na tujiondoe kwa mambo ya mikopo.
During the year in review, the country's public debt stood at 10.25 trillion, comprising of 5.4 trillion shillings due to external lenders and 4.8 trillion shillings due to domestic lenders. The cost of debt servicing in the year that ended June was 391 billion shillings, of which the highest payment of 107 billion shillings went to China.
Our public debt may seem to increase, and especially when you look at the mix of the foreign debt. And what I would request the Office of the Controller of Budget to also do in the next quarter is that even as you look at the issue of debt, we look at it also in the perspective of the exchange rate, so that we are able to isolate the figure that has actually added on to the public debt based on the changes in our exchange rate.
According to the Controller of Budget, Margaret Nyakango, the current legislative gaps are fostering misuse of public resources.
You may have seen in the media that 18 billion, which was being shown as collected, was never received in the coffers. Or if it was received in bank accounts which facilitated direct spending, so these funds never reached the CRF. So where the funds are collected and not banked intact, then the counties make spending out of those monies. You will see the evidence in form of expenditure which is higher than the exchequers.
Speaking when she appeared before the committee, Nyakango warned if the situation is left untamed, the country's development will decline as public coffers are only left to cater for the recurrent expenditure. Kenya's latest credit rating by Fitch is B negative, having been revised from B stable. Though it is still a safe territory, it has moved down to just 2 steps above the default rating of D, where Zambia is. Regina Manyara reporting for Lunchtime News.